Geek Plus is a global technology company specialized in smart logistics for the modern retailer. Geek Plus offers a full suite of product solutions that enable your retail operations to reach new heights through autonomous mobile robots. Companies from over 20 countries have already deployed over 10,000 robots with Geek Plus. If you would like to see how this technology can increase efficiency by 300%, as well as other valuable benefits for your business, visit geekplus.com today.
Want your company to be featured in a future Total Retail Talks episode? Contact Jennifer DePasquale at jdpasquale@nafco.com. That's JDIPASQUALE at NAPCO.com for more sponsorship information.
Welcome to Total Retail Talks, your podcast channel for retail knowledge.
Hello, and welcome to this episode of Total Retail Talks. I'm Joe Keenan, Editor-in-Chief of Total Retail, and I am joined on today's episode by Michele Driscoll, who is the Vice President of Customer Engagement, Loyalty, and Personalization at CVS Health. And Michele and I are going to be speaking about CVS's ExtraCare loyalty program and some recent updates to that. So thank you for joining me today, Michele.
It's nice to be here, Joe.
So as I alluded to, CVS recently announced some pretty significant changes to its ExtraCare loyalty program. Could you go ahead and tell our audience a little bit about those changes and some of the reasonings on why they were made?
Yeah, I'd be happy to. So our free ExtraCare Rewards program is the longest running loyalty program in the drugstore space. And since its launch more than 2 decades ago, we've continually evolved the program to deliver everyday value to more than 74 million ExtraCare members. However, these are the first changes ever to the program's core 2% back offering. And what we learned through extensive customer research is that consumers want even more flexibility and faster access to their rewards. And so that's why ExtraCare will now reward our loyal members with their 2% back in extra bucks rewards moments after nearly every transaction. Previously, our members received a quarterly payout of these earned rewards 4 times per year. And now the members will still get 2% back on nearly every dollar they spend, and they'll have access to those extra bucks rewards moments after their purchase. You know, our customers really love having that flexibility when it comes to how they earn and receive their rewards. And so they really have more options when it comes to using them. They can either use the rewards on their next visit, or they can choose to watch them add up and spend them later within 90 days of the respective issuance. And, they can earn even more extra bucks by taking advantage of the weekly ad deals and other special offers in the deals and rewards section of our app. So we're really excited about this change and the ability for our consumers to watch, their extra bucks rewards really add up. I have one other change to tell you about, if that's okay.
Yeah, for sure.
We want all ExtraCare members to take a moment to celebrate themselves each year with a birthday treat on us. So we've also added for ExtraCare members who've opted in to sharing their birthday information with us, we've added a $3 extra buck reward for their birthday, which allows our members to choose their own gift from CVS Pharmacy's wide array of health and wellness products.
Oh, that's great. So one of the things I wanted to follow up on, you mentioned kind of the extensive customer feedback and, that conversation with your customers as part of the reasoning behind the changes that were made. So tell us a little bit about how that customer feedback and customer research factored into the changes made to the ExtraCare loyalty program.
Yeah, so we collect research and feedback from a lot of different ways. And so we've been on this research journey. It's a continuing journey, but we've been on the one for these changes for quite some time. And we pursued a lot of different ways to get the research. We talked one-on-one with our members. We conducted surveys. We engaged them in online communities. And really the things that came back all the time were that they wanted flexibility in terms of how they could use the rewards that they earned. And they really wanted their rewards faster. And so when we thought about innovating that 2% back benefit, we wanted to make sure that customers had that choice to spend their rewards when they wanted. And that we gave them to them faster. So instead of doing it quarterly, we're now doing it moments after every transaction. And those are really the biggest takeaways on how our members wanted to receive their 2% back.
And were you collecting that feedback through surveys, through what people were posting, maybe on social media, other sources? Tell us a little bit about some of the different ways that you were accumulating that information.
We collect our customer feedback both directly and indirectly. I'll actually start with some of the direct research. So we've done research for many, many years on ExtraCare members, and we always start by looking back at everything we know. When we embark on a project like this, then we look to really refine that with like what's happening in the moment. And so for this particular set of research, we actually interviewed consumers via video chat for 130 consumers that we really listened hard to what they had to say. And that was the basis for some extensive research we did with thousands of consumers, both ExtraCare members and non-members, to really understand what they were looking for in loyalty programs. And then we honed in and said, what are they really looking from in CVS? And then, of course, keep on the pulse of what consumers are saying about the loyalty space in general. We listen to what they say about CVS. We listen to what they say about just loyalty anywhere, whether it's retail, travel. There's plenty of loyalty feedback that consumers give out in the marketplace.
One of the things that you mentioned, Michele, was kind of the role that CVS's mobile app plays in the ExtraCare loyalty program, and how consumers, members of the program, are using the app to do things such as track their points and other activities within that app. Tell us a little bit about the role of the CVS mobile app and how that kind of impacts the participation in the ExtraCare loyalty program.
Yeah, sure. I'd be happy to talk about that. Well, our customers at CVS are more digitally engaged than ever. And more of our customers are using the app to find ExtraCare deals and rewards, shop for health and wellness needs, refill prescriptions, and schedule vaccinations. And so the CVS app has really become, a key part of our customer experience. And obviously, that really accelerated for us over the pandemic as customers relied on digital, more and more. And so what we focused on for this innovation is we really upgraded our app experience to really have a robust experience that provides added value to our members through a number of different mechanisms. So we have app exclusive deals and rewards, and this app can serve as a central hub where our ExtraCare members can easily track and spend their extra bucks rewards. And those will especially come in handy now that customers are getting their 2% back after every purchase. We also launched last year a rewards tracker, which helps our members actually see how many rewards they have. And again, they can just spend them as they get them, or they can watch their saving add up and save them for something that they want to treat themselves with. The other thing that is a feature in the app that's become more popular is our scan for deals feature. So really what we try to do is enable customers to be able to scan products when they choose to, and understand what the types of personalization offers might be available on those products. So we've really tried to create a deals hub in the customer's hand that really facilitates their experience with ExtraCare.
So one of the things I wanted to address, there's been a lot said in the industry about kind of the consumers, they're brand agnostic and they're not loyal to brands and or retailers. So loyalty programs are a way to kind of help create that loyalty and create those long-term customer relationships. Given the amount of competition in the market, and particularly in the case of CVS in the health and wellness and drugstore category, how do you think this ExtraCare loyalty program and some of the recent additions and changes you've made to it can help differentiate your company as it looks to retain customers?
Yeah, that's a great question. Well, our customers have access to unparalleled value as ExtraCare members. And so we're always seeking on new ways to build on that. And I would say our customer-centric approach to loyalty has really driven the evolution of the ExtraCare program over the last couple of decades, and really continues to inspire the innovation that allow us to deliver the best-in-class loyalty experience that we strive to deliver every day. And of course, we're always aware of the trends across the loyalty space. And so when we think about the changes to the ExtraCare program, it really goes back to what I just said around the customer feedback and the desire to deliver an enhanced experience with ExtraCare and CVS. And it really, for our members, it really was about connecting with them more often through those instant rewards to really thank them for their business at every transaction. And that really helps us build, I'll just say, a greater relationship, brand relationship with our customers. And the fact that we listen to them and we're excited to be able to give them, the gratification on the rewards and the flexibility they desire, we feel really makes a difference for them. And so it really is about, like I said before, it's about speed, getting their rewards faster, and about flexibility. And what we most focus on is really listening to those CVS customers, because we want them to come back.
Yeah. You've talked, Michelle, a little bit about how the app is a tool to kind of, be that bridge between the digital and the physical, the shoppers in store. We haven't really talked much about just the online shopper, and how the CVS ExtraCare loyalty program applies to those shoppers as well. I would imagine all the benefits are available no matter how the customer is shopping. So if somebody's purchasing on the CVS website, same benefits and same program opportunities there as well?
Yeah, Joe, that's a great question. So we've spent a significant amount of time over the last few years really making sure that our CVS.com shopping experience is integrated with the experience that our consumers have in CVS stores. And so all of the features and benefits of the ExtraCare program, including earning the 2% back, earning circular extra bucks, getting your weekly deals and specials, using your personalized coupons, are all also available on CVS.com. And so the experience for the consumer is really very, very much the same, whether they choose to shop online or if they choose to shop in our stores. And that app experience really acts as a bridge. When people go in and use the app, they can go either way, whatever works for them in terms of purchasing digitally or purchasing in our stores.
Let's talk a little bit about how consumer expectations and their, of retailers and of retailers' loyalty programs have evolved. Consumer expectations have obviously, during the pandemic, we've seen different ways of shopping, different expectations from customers. Tell us a little bit about how that played into some of the changes that you've made to the ExtraCare loyalty program, and how it might impact CVS as well as other retailers.
Yeah, so I'm happy to chat about that. So we've seen a number of changes and shifts in shopping behavior, especially with the pandemic. And really now more than ever, our customers really appreciate the added savings and rewards and the need for flexibility in shopping online or in store to help them meet their family's needs. And so our customers are more digitally engaged than ever, and they really value retailers that can meet them where they are. And so that's been a big focus for us. I would say over the past year, many consumers tried our digital tools for the first time as they look for ways to make their shopping more efficient and affordable. And the number of customers enrolled in ExtraCare texts, actually text messages, grew by more than 45% last year. And the coupons sent to users' ExtraCare cards from inside the CVS app more than doubled. So as a result, we really leaned heavily into digital capabilities as part of this loyalty strategy to offer a suite of new tools. And I mentioned some of them already, but they include an in-app rewards tracker, the scan to save feature, digital weekly circulars, and those ExtraCare SMS texts that deliver value to the consumers and really inspire them to shop from CVS wherever they are. And so these new changes to ExtraCare really give our customers more immediate control over when and how they can access the rewards they earn, extra bucks, simply for shopping at CVS. And then they go hand in hand with the other steps we've taken to put CVS app at the heart of our user experience, consumer experience, I should say.
Right. And in a lot of cases, we've seen that brands that have rolled out some of the digital tools that you mentioned, the scan and save functionality within the app, text messages, they usually are targeting a younger customer base. My question for you is, CVS is obviously servicing all ages of customers. How have you seen your customers adapt some of these digital tools, whether it be a younger customer or an older customer? Has there been a kind of a differentiation between demographics that you serve, or maybe have you seen just a kind of more of a wider across the board adoption?
Yeah, I mean, what I would say on that is that, digital certainly became more prevalent with all consumers during the pandemic. And so, like I mentioned, Send a Card from our digital app had some significant gains, especially over the past year. But what I would say is we're really focused on choice. So while, the heart of our experience, we like to be digital, of course, we still offer the opportunity for consumers who prefer paper to transact with us that way. And so we still do, have paper coupons at the end of receipts should customers choose to transact that way. And we also still have the ExtraCare Coupon Center in our stores. But a lot of our innovation is really focused on just things that are seamless and easy with digital. And really, it's all about choice.
Yeah, to your point earlier, choice and giving that choice to the customer and whatever's most convenient for them.
Exactly right.
Yep. And then my final question, Michele, is, with an undertaking like this, and you mentioned, this has really been the first change in the loyalty program history. There's obviously, some planning that goes into this, and that you've probably set some goals. Maybe tell us a little bit about what you're tracking at CVS to kind of measure the effectiveness, the success of the changes that you've made recently to the ExtraCare loyalty program.
Yeah, so we always listen to customer feedback very carefully, as I mentioned, and we're really excited to see the response from members now that they have more flexibility and the access to the faster rewards. So certainly we'll look at our typical metrics like overall program engagement and the redemption of rewards, as well as our digital engagement and kind of overall customer satisfaction. We do have, surveys that we do to really understand how customers appreciate and enjoy the different benefits of the ExtraCare program. And so we're watching that very carefully. We know our customers are more digitally engaged than ever. And so with the CVS app at the heart of that experience, we'll also be looking closely at how our members embrace the new capabilities in our app and how they, use the rewards tracker. And that will really help us understand what we can continue to learn from our customers and can keep innovating for the future. A lot of the feedback mechanisms I mentioned earlier, just things that people call us directly with comments, they respond to things that we do, we watch social media. And so all of that is ways for us to really get feedback on this never ending innovation journey.
Yeah, that's a great way to kind of close that never-ending innovation journey. I think is a good way to wrap up today's episode. So I want to take the opportunity to thank Michele Driscoll, who is the Vice President of Customer Engagement, Loyalty, and Personalization at CVS Health, for joining us on today's show. Thank you, Michele.
Yes, and thank you, Joe, for having me. I've really enjoyed our discussion today.
Thanks for listening. For more information on this podcast, please check out our podcast channel page at mytotalretail.com/podcast for show notes. Total Retail Talks is available on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, and Spotify. Make sure to subscribe on our podcast channel page as well. If you've enjoyed this episode, please take a few moments to rate and review this podcast. Thanks, and until next time, this has been Total Retail Talks.
To move towards a more efficient and productive supply chain, trust Geek Plus. You can schedule a visit to their new demo center in San Diego, California today. Learn more about Geek Plus at geekplus.com.